The letter 2.0 has been sent. Now, it's a little bit different from the first one because this one made it clear through the verbiage that this is a retooling rather than a rebuild. The reason that kind of confuses me is because aren't we already retooling? Wasn't the whole idea of last season into this offseason and into this season, wasn't that the retooling? You know, trading away players and bringing in different guys and thinking you're going to be a competitive team with like 6 AHLers in the lineup every night. Wasn't that the retooling? The Rangers are in a really weird spot right now because they hired a coach who did not want to be part of a rebuild in Pittsburgh. I would assume does not want to be part of a rebuild with the New York Rangers. But they can call it whatever they want. Like, this is a rebuild. They're going to be trading some of their best players. I think Panarin and Trocheck, you got to figure, are going to be gone at the trade deadline. If the Rangers, like, if that's not a rebuild, then what exactly is a rebuild, right? Now, the good news, if there's any, is that if the Rangers do this right, and I know a lot of people are going to be skeptical about that because Chris Drury's the guy in charge of this, and he's the guy that basically got us here into this mess in the first place. However, if the Rangers do this right, if they trade Artemi Panarin at the deadline, if they trade Vincent Trocheck at the deadline, if they take advantage of what, in all likelihood, will be a seller's market. The trade deadline typically is a seller's market. Even last season, we saw, a bunch of players getting dealt for way more than you would think they would be able to get. Role players or fetching second rounders. You've got Artemi Panarin and you've got Vincent Trocheck at your disposal here. I mean, there could be multiple first rounders from the two of them. There could be prospects as well. With Panarin, it's going to be a little bit tough because he's got the full no-move clause, and you got to believe there's only, maybe a handful of teams that he would want to go to. I mean, I can't speak for Panarin, but I would imagine that he would use the no-move clause to, at least somewhat limit the Rangers' options and pick to go to this team or that team, as opposed to just any team in the NHL. And frankly, it's his right to do that. Trocheck, though, I mean, he's got a limited no trade, but they should be able to send him. They should be able to get a lot for him. It's unfortunate that it looks like it's going to end this way for the Rangers. Come to think of it, I just saw this earlier today. Carson Soucy today was skating as the extra defenseman. And I don't know, I literally just thought of this now, but I'm wondering if maybe something is cooking for him. Not that the Rangers are going to get a whole lot back in exchange for Soucy, but the guy's a free agent at the end of the season. I don't think he's the kind of player. He's right around like 30 years old, 31. I don't think he's the kind of player that you're going to prioritize if you're rebuilding retooling. So maybe he's on the move. I mean, or maybe there's at least some talks about trading him. We'll see. But bottom line, anything that's not nailed down, trade it, rebuild, get this thing back on track. I don't know where that leaves Mike Sullivan because he didn't want to be part of a rebuild half of a season into his 5-year deal. It looks like the Rangers are rebuilding, but I don't know. We'll try to figure out on the next episode of Locked On New York Rangers. Do not miss it.